I told this to Reese when I was first talking to her about the part. I was like, your character has to live in scenes that you're not in. And the same goes for Mud. You know, your character's presence has to bleed outside of the frames that you possess. And that's what's great, actually, about having movie stars. You know, I mean, they're movie stars. And I say that in a positive way, not a negative way. Because a lot of times you go make a film and you have to work against that. Because you got to make them real people, because we're making movies about real people and real aesthetic and everything else. But in this case, I could take advantage of it. To these boys, you know, these characters are larger than life. You know, Mud is a kind of iconic figure to Ellis, and that's how mentors are. The first time that a non-familial, you know, mentor comes into your life and they give you a piece of information that you just really need, and you think that they must have a line on the universe. You know, you want to listen to everything they have to say. And the problem is, if they stick around long enough, you realize they're full of shit, and then you realize they're real people and they're fallible. And you've got these kind of macho guys, but the movie's about romantic love. You know, it's not about sex, it's about love. And we don't often visit that topic through a male point of view. And so I thought it would be really interesting to have this kid trying to figure it out, and he's looking up at all these adults around him, males, and they just have terrible people. They're just terrible examples. I wanted to make a character that was verbose, that would talk, and it's not just about talking. I wanted Mud to be in constant motion, this fluid motion, you know.
The camera's in constant motion
it's
too, isn't it?
It's the first time I ever used a steady cam, and it was all by design. I wanted him to always be moving, you know. If you watch it, he's always linked to them, and it's always linked to Ellis, and then that informs the lenses that you choose and everything else. But the whole thing was supposed to move like a river. Slow, fluid, and elegant movement, not handheld, you know, camera. I remember, you know, going on press tours for Take Shelter and talking about how anxiety was palpable. Well, this is another emotion. It's a different emotion, but it was palpable. And in Shotgun Stories, I was thinking about if one of my brothers was killed, that was palpable. So I feel like each of these movies is anchored by something by a very specific emotion that creates like a physical response in me. Wow. And it's something that at any point in the process, through the writing or the directing or the editing, I can think about it and it comes back up, you know? I think if you do that, if you have that to lean on, you can do whatever the hell you want. You can have a shotgun shootout and stuff, but you need it's an emotional kind of punch in the gut.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's tired. Let's thank Jeff Nichols for being here.
Thank you, guys.